everything. Wang everything.
What did it cost?
Everything. All right. You, I remember, used to drop it.
I feel like Josh Brolin didn't get nearly enough credit for his work as Thanos.
That's just the plight of the CGI motion capture actor.
I know.
It's been that way. Oh, one in.
There you go.
That's all I needed, right?
Yep.
Here we go.
Screw fortune tellers. We don't need them. Look, and now I'm back up to 4. I got my money back. No, I won't. Not right now, because I have to save the game.
I'm good. Hope to see you again soon.
Ooh. Oh, wait, is that the end of the... Oh, it's nighttime. You know, I wonder, we really should... I wish we could check out that one bar at night sometime in this game. Maybe it's a happening place. Bar Riverside. But no, we gotta make the money.
Oh, right. I totally forgot. On our last recording day, we found out that there was going to be Shenmue 3 DLC.
Oh, yeah, but it wasn't like story
Adds in
stuff.
more playable characters, special Yeah, but still, it's things.
It's like a race thing, right?
Yeah. Well,
we should definitely check it out when we get through the game.
Lucky hit, huh? Welcome.
So, yeah, what's the DLC exactly?
Please choose.
Well, hold on. I'm in the middle of trying to find how to make the phone calls.
Okay?
Oh, right. So I do want to check in with, like,
How much will you bet?
the lady, what's her name? And, oh, you know what? They really made a big deal in the first game, like that one guy was going to be a big character. Not the Chinese guy and his son.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, you go ahead, my son will join you. And
Well,
then he
that
never
was in the
did.
first game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy, he never showed up again.
No, we ended up meeting Ren, and then Ren became our, like, buddy.
See?
Woo!
Fantastic.
Fantastic. He looks like Fire Marshal Bill.
Yes.
Again?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
No, I'm good. Hope to see you again soon.
So I don't see anybody telling specifically how to do it, but they do mention it's in the hotel. So the hotel
look
lobby
around the
might have a
hotel.
phone.
Yeah. Well, we did buy that one calling card, so maybe that's what we need to get.
Did we buy it, or we just see it?
No, we bought it. So, we'll check that out. But, we keep winning some
Lucky
money.
hit, huh?
And yeah, find out some info about that DLC. I'm curious. Because, yeah, they made it just look like a racing game, essentially, within this, which is strange.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a weird way to go with the DLC.
How much will you bet?
All of it.
Let's see. The event is a competitive combat race, which puts places. Which puts places the protagonist.
Yeah!
An ancient relay race will he'll have to maintain a steady pace against his opponents. Along the way, he'll face off against foes in hand-to-hand combat to progress to the next part of the race. While Rio spends much of the game on his own, tracking down clues and engaging in
I'm good.
interesting side activities, he won't go it alone in this new event.
Oh, wait, there are new side activities and stuff?
For this
hang on.
event.
Still. That's cool. So at least there'd be some story stuff in there. It's ish.
I mean, the people you're teaming up with are like Ren, Wei Zhen.
Lucky hit, huh? Welcome.
Okay.
But that's really all that it's telling me about it.
It does sound...
Choose a platform. And
Sounds cool. Yeah, we should
shake the
definitely,
bridge.
once we finish the game, that might be fun to check out. Or maybe by then we'll be so sick of it, we just save it for down the line.
I mean, I don't know that I'd ever get sick of Shenmue.
That's true. It's so good. Alright, and... Same old spot. It was a little to the right. Come on. Give it to me again. I've won 3 in a row. Oh, nah, not looking good. Nope. Good thing I'm swindling this man. Oh, wait, that's right. I get all these chances.
Did you know that Yu Suzuki, the guy that created Shenmue,
Yeah.
originally wanted this to be 11 games long? 11 chapters.
What?
Yeah. The original, his original envisioning of this series was it was going to be 11 chapters long.
11 games, as you're saying, or...
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he considered a chapter like each area you get to, but No, if you're saying 11 games, you know what? I'd play all 11.
I think so. Oh yeah.
Damn it! Didn't work out that time.
Come on. Why is it? I hate GameSpot.
Oh, ooh, GameSpot.
It was just an article, but they got so much shit on their site.
I remember years ago, and this is like, we're talking like 15 years ago to 20 years ago, my dad had the Pro.
I remember, because I didn't know what GameSpot was. You were the one that showed me what it was, because you would log into your account at my house.
Yeah, and it was just Dad's account because he had it, and it was like, oh, that's awesome, because they did do really good stuff back then. The staff that they had like 20 years ago was amazing.
Yeah.
And then they fired all of them. Well, no, that's right. They started taking ad revenue, and there was a review for Kane and Lynch 2, or maybe it was the first one, but they gave it a 6.0 out of 10 after there had been all these ads for the game on the site. And then not like a week later,
It changed.
well, it changed to a 7.5 out of 10, and they fired the writer of it. And so everyone was like, well, that didn't look good. And like all the good staff members, almost all of them left like in solidarity with them. And they started the site giantbomb.com. I don't even know if that one's still going these days, but that was a good site too for a while. It was all the good GameSpot people. Ooh, that didn't work out at all. Come on.
I miss the days of buying GamePro. That was always like,
Yeah.
I had every
GamePro.
issue of GamePro from. I don't know if I had the first issues of GamePro,
Yeah.
but close to. And very, very soon after, I convinced my mom to get me a subscription, and it was the most exciting time.
Yeah, I remember GamePro.
Was getting a GamePro in the mail.
So they always had a fun review with the faces.
Yeah.
I always like that. Ah! Oh, it's twice in a row that my efforts have been fruitless.
Do you really want to?
You know, the last time I liked a video game magazine was Game Informer. I did actually like. I know people used to always shit on
I'm good.
GameStop for pushing it,
Yeah,
but it was a good magazine.
I didn't.
You know.
I liked GamePro more.
Oh, I liked all the old gaming magazines better. I'm just saying that was the last time I actually liked a gaming magazine or cared about one. Because they used to get exclusives. Like, you'd first hear about some upcoming... I remember Borderlands. The first time I ever saw anything about it was in and Game Informer, and that's before they changed to the cel-shaded look. Because Rage started coming up. And
Oh,
they were
yeah,
like, well,
that's
we
right.
gotta-
I totally forgot about that.
Because, originally it was very brown
Yeah.
and dreary looking. So, there's just no reason to get anything like that anymore. But GamePro was great. I had all the old
GamePro
Nintendo
Nintendo
powers.
Power.
Please choose a platform. And
Every now and then I'd buy an EGM
Yeah.
from the store, but I didn't subscribe to it.
My dad used to get PC Gamer and Computer Gaming World.
Every now and then. So what was funny is I wasn't a PC gamer when I was a kid. Every now and then, the reason I knew what a lot of games were is because I would buy a PC Gamer magazine because the thought of having a PC to play
Yeah.
games excited me, and I wanted to know what was out there. So I would just buy these magazines just to tell me about games that I couldn't play. Yeah.
Yeah. I got another one. I used to love their demo discs that they would put out.
Yeah.
The PC Gamer ones, I probably still have a bunch in storage somewhere. You can find the disc images online.
Every now and then I would pick one up, and I was able to play it at my uncle's house.
They had a character that would pop up in all of them named Coconut Monkey. Do you remember Coconut Monkey?
No.
So every PC Gamer thing, like when you put the disc in, like a lot of magazines did the demo disc thing. Computer Gaming World did it too, but they were just demos on a disc. Like it would load up a little menu, you'd pick what you'd install. PC Gamer would make a little mini game every month where you would start outside a bar, go inside the bar, and the bartender was a little coconut monkey named Coconut Monkey who would pop up on the thing and be like, "Hello, I am Coconut Monkey." And there'd be like a little story every month with him. Like one month he'd be depressed for some reason. You'd have to find something he lost in the bar. It was cute. And I miss Coconut Monkey. It would be fun to find all the adventures of Coconut Monkey and go through them.
That'd be cool. I'm
Even
sure
though
they're online.
They're all like extremely simplified Myst style games, but it was cute.
Yeah, we still gotta play Myst.
Oh yeah. One day. play all of them. Myst, Riven. You know what I found when
Exile.
I was looking for old games on archive.org? I totally forgot about Pissed. Do you remember? Remember Pissed?
Yeah, P-I-S-T.
Where it was like the exact same island as Myst, but
Yeah.
it was like trashed by tourists, and it was like a parody of it.
Yeah, I knew of its existence, but I never played it.
That's all. I only ever saw the box art. Well, it's online. We can find it, and we can play Pissed.
Well, we gotta play Myst first.
Yeah, we
Will
did.
you go again?
Oh, it'll mean so much more.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Hope to see you
All right,
again
I've got
soon.
10,000 something.
This is essentially now a podcast episode.
Yeah, I mean that's the best thing to do with
Yeah.
these money making episodes. Because, yeah. Oh wait, no, I almost loaded.
I remember with
save. I bet I did that before. Maybe I loaded when I meant to save because I'm like, I feel like I already had 10,000. Well, now,
maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Enjoying talking about old gaming magazines too much.
I remember in GamePro they would always have the like letters to the editor, and they would allow people to send in artwork. And I never did it, but I so wanted to like send in something to see if I could get it in the magazine. There's so many things I fucking loved about that magazine.
I forgot about the letters to the editor. I used to always like that because they put in good questions.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they were like just find the ones that are what we want to talk about.
GamePro always, that was the thing about GamePro. Like Game Informer felt just very like you were reading a newspaper.
It was
this is what's
corporate
happening.
for sure. That didn't help.
GamePro felt like it was made by people who were like excited about games.
Right.
It was always them giving their personal like opinions about shit, getting excited about stuff, answering questions from people.
And if people wrote to them
And they had the cheat
criticizing the
section,
magazine,
too.
they would print those too
Yeah.
and be like, well, this is our response to that. They were very open.
But they always had the cheat section in the front of the magazine too, where like they'd give codes and stuff for like a handful of games every month. And that was part of my collection when I had a Rolodex essentially of index cards that I would
Lucky hit.
alphabetize the game and write down if it was codes from me playing the game
Right.
and actually like level codes like Mega Man
That's cool.
shit. I would write them down on index cards, but I would collect codes. So I had an entire like big box of index cards just with every cheat that I could possibly find.
Nice.
This is before the internet, folks.
Yeah.
We
had
had well
Rolodexes
before the
then.
internet.
I remember being excited to have something like that when it was, I remember how excited I was the first time I got my own phone book, like to write numbers down into.
Yeah.
And start like taking it real serious.
Yeah.
Like no, everything's got to be perfectly written in here. And
Did you ever have the electronic one?
I didn't, but I knew some people who did, so I'd see
the
it and be
secret.
like, "That's
Well, they
so
had the
cool."
secret diary, which was like
Yes!
the girl one, but then there was the
Wow.
what was
Secret
it was
diary.
the like the boys version was like the something journal.
Yeah.
It was gray and blue,
Mm-hmm.
and I had one.
Yeah, they had one of those.
I had one, and I
remember
put
them,
all
yeah.
my friends' phone numbers in it, even though like I never needed it because I memorized phone numbers.
Yeah,
But-
we all memorized numbers back then.
Yeah, so I didn't necessarily need it, but the cool thing about it was that it had an IR receiver or no transmitter on it,
No.
and you could program it to be a universal TV remote.
Oh, nice.
So I would take it into school, and in the middle of class, I would program it to work with our TV, and I would just start turning the TV on.
Uh-huh.
Or if we were watching something, I would start turning the volume all the way up, and the teacher never found out about it. It was just my little gag in the classroom, where it just
Yes.
make the
Was this
TV
brick?
look like it was haunted. No, this is California.
Okay.
This is elementary school.
Because I was gonna say I could see that in Brick too, and just the chaos in those classrooms.
No,
anytime
Brick was
I've
a
seen footage.
To be fair, you only saw footage of like
The
the
end of the
worst,
year, right?
the worst classrooms.
Yeah.
Like the footage that you saw, that classroom
Yes.
with the kids screaming, the ah,
With the substitute teacher who
that
lost
was
complete
that class.
control.
That class was all. They put me in there because I just stopped doing work
Yeah.
and I was just failing. But that's the class that Brian was in, and other people like Brian.
Yeah. That's
So it was
never
all
good.
people that were either completely fucking stupid,
Yeah.
or the worst people.
Yeah, and you brought a old VHS-C camcorder to school, and I ended up getting the footage from you guys and just put together
just
little edited thing, and so I definitely don't
Chaos.
have that anywhere. I wish I could cut to the quick shot of the kid going "Da!" when you mentioned it, but I don't have it.
JT.
Will you go again?
What's he doing these days?
I don't know.
Hope he's all right.
No.
He brought so much joy.
Yeah,
To see you again soon.
I think. I don't know.
he was with me and Carlin the night. I don't know if I've ever talked. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this during some gameplay, but
Which thing?
there was a day where Carlin, my buddy Carlin and I, back in like I don't know 10th grade,
Please choose.
I had a bunch of bottle rockets that my dad bought fireworks from like
How much will you
Pennsylvania or something and brought them home. So I had a bunch of bottle rockets and shit.
That is a very popular thing in Jersey, by the way, because the fireworks are illegal to buy, or were illegal
Were.
to buy here, and so everybody.
Actually,
would
well,
just-
still, I don't think bottle rockets are legal.
yeah, people would go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's like a thing, like right over the border are all the fireworks
Yeah.
stores.
So my dad brought a bunch of bottle rockets home, and we just snagged a bunch, and we're walking around town in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're a beach community,
Yeah.
so there are a lot of fishermen, and we were walking down the street, and we saw a fish on the street. Like somebody had it either fell out or somebody threw it out of their vehicle or something. But there was just this fish, dead fish, on the side of the road. And I was like, I got an idea. I grabbed the fish and I stuff its mouth full of bottle rockets.
Aw, poor dead fish.
And we went to JT's house.
That's too bad.
JT was in his house and his parents and everything. And we just went outside their door
oh no.
and lit the bottle rockets that were stuffed in the fish's mouth
I should get
Yeah.
back to the hotel.
and ran. And I turn around and we look, and nothing really crazy happened. You just saw it go, and then smoke bellowing out of the fish's mouth. And I thought it was gonna explode. It didn't explode. It just smoked, and all of a sudden the whole street started smelling like rotten fish.
God.
It was essentially just a really elaborate stink bomb. It was terrible.
Good way to look at
And
it.
we were just like, oh no! And we ran.
So
We ran, and we stink bombed JT's house unintentionally. And then that was
The
just
stinkiest bomb of all.
that was maybe 20 minutes before we were walking down to this girl Lori's house. Lori and Crystal were hanging out.
I remember Lori.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated her.
But Lori and Crystal were hanging out, and me and Carlin were gonna walk to their house. And Crystal's boyfriend at the time was this guy Joe, and Joe was awesome. He was a couple years older than us. He was like a senior when we were like freshmen or sophomores. And Crystal was dating him,
I'm
and
gonna look up what's the best thing to buy while you tell us.
so we're walking down towards Lori's house. I'm pretty sure I've told this before, but whatever. Walking down towards Lori's house, and I've got the bottle rockets still. I didn't use them all on the fish. And we see Joe's truck is parked in front of Lori's house. And we're like, oh, sweet, Joe's there. We see, we're down the block from them, walking towards, and I see Joe come out, and Lori and Crystal. And I'm like, I got an idea. And I pull out my lighter, and I light the bottle rocket, and I hold it, and I aim it at them. It shoots down the street. It goes, zish! But then it banks left,
Oh no.
and I just hear, ah! And Joe scrambles, jumps in his truck. Crystal and Lori run into the house. Joe peels out in his truck, pulls up to us, and goes, get the fuck in the truck! And we're like, what happened? He's like, get in! We jump in the truck. He's like, you just hit a lady! So the bottle rocket shot off, zipped to the left, and hit her neighbor and exploded. And Joe was our escape vehicle. And nothing came of it.
Dang.
I'm assuming she was fine.
You assume.
I think she was more startled than anything. I mean, there were no police reports or anything. that I know of.
I
didn't look into
when
it.
you mentioned I think of Lori every once in a while, only because there was a time where Brian had a big party at his house when he was 16, because his parents were away for a week, and all the kids were like, "We're gonna go drink."
Do the drugs.
You're gonna drink? Oh no! There was only alcohol at this party. We were only at that stage of his life at that point, and so our friend Kurt, his father was a bartender, so Kurt would just steal all the alcohol that his father had at home and bring it over. And I didn't drink at the time, so I was just there because Brian asked me to come over, and I basically turned into the babysitter for everybody. And at one point, Crystal of that story got angry because Brian professed his love to her in the middle of the party.
Fair, I'd be angry at that too.
Oh yeah. So, and he's on his knees crying, "I love you," and she goes over to the bathroom and closes herself in and locks herself in there. And I'm knocking, like, "Hey, come out!" And I was able to get the door open. And when I do that, I see her. She's now, and keep in mind, I've known his parents since I was 4. And so I don't want their house to be destroyed. She's taking all the prescription medicines out of the medicine cabinet and dumping them down the toilet, like all of his parents and family's medicine.
Didn't want the temptation.
Guess not. It's probably like blood pressure medication. She's just dumping it down, and I'm like, "Hey, don't do that," or something. and she runs over. She's like, Kristen's just like, "Ah!" and slams the door on me and locks it again. And I'm like, "Hey." I turn. Lori is now in front of me. Lori's like, they're good friends. Slaps me like out of nowhere as hard as she can, and Bill was behind her, who was dating her, I believe, at the time. I don't know if he ever did, or
they did, but that was later.
So she slaps me. My head goes right with the slap, and I just look back, slowly turn back and look at her, and Bill is behind her, and I just see his face like, and later, because I ended up driving somebody home, and Bill was in the car with me. He's just like, "I've never seen anybody look like they were gonna kill somebody as much as you were looking at her after she slapped you." I'm like, "Yeah, well, Oh, and then she let her in, and they locked themselves in the bathroom the rest of the night. It was fun.
And then they did toilet drugs.
Yeah. What are they doing? They're wasting good stuff.
Yeah,
for some of those people at the party. Nah, the rest of them weren't there yet. That would be years later.
That's true.
This is fun. Well, you know what, everybody? Let's end this day. I'm looking at what you can get. Niawu. There's something called Corundum.
The gems are the craziest.
That's the thing. I wanted to make sure there wasn't because there's only the one gem and it's really expensive. So
that's the one that we've been doing though.
I know, but that's why I wanted to see if for the money there was anything better to get, just because it's so expensive. I mean, I can get 4 of them right now.
Yeah, we need a lot more.
Yeah, that's.
This is going to be a lot of grinding.
Going to be a few podcast episodes in a row, I'm thinking. But this thing is bringing up prizes that I don't see here. So it must be a different prize exchange.
Well, you know what? Let's focus on just tokens right now. We don't have to buy anything. Let's focus on tokens.
Yes. Please come you know what? I'm not going to...
And then we'll Google it and see if there's a place that you should go that has a bigger payout.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end this... Oop, not save. No. I'm going to end this episode with one more attempt, and then we're going to end this day because I saved the game right before 9 o'clock hit.
So you can fit one more in?
Yeah, if I can get one more win... Yeah, we're good.
What'd you just do?
Loaded my old game because I didn't win. I have the same amount of tokens.
Lucky hit, huh?
We're gonna find some other prize exchanges and see if they have any gems that aren't quite as expensive.
Please choose a platform.
Because that's what helped us in the village is that we found a gem that was only like 1,400 and sold for almost as much as the more expensive one. So I want a deal like that. Also, it helps Rio stay out a little late. Because it's going to be like 9:15 before she goes back. And that's pretty crazy.
All right, but after this, we got to go to Lytle.
Oh, we're going to Lytle. I mean, that's a given. They have sourdough bread there? I mean, they seem like the place...
They've got a bakery.
Yeah, but not every bakery's going to definitely do sourdough bread. Like the
you can't even call yourself
stuff.
You can't call yourself a bakery if you don't have sourdough.
No, they may have sourdough bread.
I don't know I don't know the quality. I don't know how
bread.
Their sourdough bread is. To be fair, I don't know that I want sourdough. I might see something there that shits all over sourdough.
True.
Like I don't know, like just a nice like a Portuguese roll. Just
Well,
because I can snack on those like they're crackers.
Yeah, I'll never turn down a Portuguese roll. A good one. I remember Quick Check used to have the best
Oh, you know what we can do?
What can we do?
Oh, we get Portuguese rolls and some cream cheese and jalapenos.
Well, I'll take the cream cheese maybe, but I'd rather just butter my roll.
No, not crazy spicy.
I'm not putting jalapenos. I don't like how they taste.
The sandwich jalapenos, the pickled ones.
I don't like jalapenos.
Really? I thought you did.
I've told you this many times that it's my problem with jalapenos is not that they're spicy or anything. It's just that I don't like the taste. I'm a habanero type of person.
Okay.
Yes.
I just
Maybe
never
we get
really
some
liked
habaneros.
if they had them, but I'd rather just eat some nice buttered bread.
Have you ever taken
Okay.
a
Cream
Portuguese
cheese?
roll, cream cheese, and diced up peppers on it?
I'm not putting peppers on my roll. I don't like them.
You're out of your mind.
I don't like them. People like what they like, and I don't like that. Why don't you put some olives on there? It'd be what's wrong? You don't want to put some olives on there? Olives
No,
are
I'm
delicious.
saying
Many people
habaneros. You like
olives.
habaneros, though.
Yeah, but where are we gonna find sandwich habaneros? We wouldn't dice up some peppers. I'd rather not. Just because I don't like. I like habaneros. Yeah, I know. I saw that. Well, hang on, folks.
Hey, you.
What? Huh?
Yes.
Don't touch a
Wanna use
goddamn
that
phone.
international phone over there? You're gonna need a
This is
telephone
a weird way of
card.
saying it.
I'll sell you one if you need to make a call.
I already have one.
Actually, the only reason that it popped into my head, I think I've told you this before. When I lived in California, I lived down from this Spanish grocery store, and they had one of the things they used to have. You could get 4 for $1, but it was a roll this big. Like, it was a good roll.
Right.
4 for $1. And it was what they would do is they would bake it with cream cheese and jalapenos on the inside. The roll itself was just already amazing. Like the taste of the roll. There's something about those Mexican markets, man. Oh my God, their bakeries are otherworldly. But I got addicted to that. Like the taste of the fucking roll with the cream cheese and the jalapenos was like, oh.
Yeah. You know, there's anytime
I
you
don't
bring
know
up
that I've ever done habanero with cream cheese.
anytime you ever bring up a food that you want me to eat, and I'm just like, no. It's always like, no, you don't understand. Then you'll tell me
Yeah, I know.
the most wonderful stories about your experience with that particular food. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's not changing my mind. I just want a nice. If I was in the mood for something spicy, I'd eat something spicy. But
Now I kind of want to try.
I want sourdough. You know what I want to taste? The sourness of some nice sourdough bread. Nothing more. I mean, some butter on it, I'd be happy.
And some cheese.
But I don't need.
I might want cheese too.
Well, get what you want. We're going. You know. All right, everybody. We're gonna end this here. I'm gonna keep it here so we can start tomorrow by calling somebody.
I don't know if cheese is a good idea.
Well, yeah. You don't want to.
I ate that burrito really fast. I'm already kind of feeling like.
We'll get it. Don't eat it yet. You don't have to eat it right away. You just
You
eat.
expect me to have cheese in front of me and not?
Well, you could keep it out in the fridge for a bit, and then you could
If
play
I know
a
it's
day.
there.
Then you could play a day, and then when the day's over, then you eat.
Yeah, maybe.
But everybody, tune back in tomorrow where we'll start the day at least at Lidl.
And munching on some loaves.
I've never been to Lidl. This will be my first time.
I only walked in and walked out, so this will be our first time actually going in. Like we'll walk,
Sure,
we'll
yeah,
do it like
we'll
we'll do a
go.
lap. We'll take a look around and see what they got.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially Lidl, if you don't know, is a competitor of Aldi's. They're both
Run by two brothers that hate each other.
yeah, they're both inexpensive grocery experiences.
Yes.
Where like I legit when I first went to Aldi the first time,
Uh,
I would do like 2 weeks worth of shopping, like just to get everything I needed for like 2 weeks worth.
Mhm.
And it would usually come to about $300 of like groceries, toiletries, anything I needed. I cut that bill down to Aldi's
Mhm.
to like $110.
Yeah, Aldi's is very
Fucking
very,
crazy.
very affordable.
It's all generic shit, but you
Yeah.
know what? It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
God, I want to get sponsored by Aldi's after this. We
Listen,
need that sweet Aldi's money
we could send them a couple clips and ask if they're interested, and you know, we'll talk
instead
them
of
up.
all those VPN companies that always want us to advertise for them.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah,
Why aren't we advertising
because
VPNs?
they're not worth it yet.
Okay, fair.
It's not like they're offering huge money,
All right, fine.
and they want more. They're gonna want more work than it's worth.
We could just do live reads of like Manscaped. Can we get Manscaped?
Oh, that would be nice.
Or
I want to
MeUndies?
get myself that lawnmower 3.0.
Yeah,
For honestly, I had the lawnmower 2.0 at one point, and it was just like, you know what, my face. That's what I used it for because it's a better. It's
I just
that
want it for my
safety.
ass.
well, you use it where you want.
I'd
I
like a
didn't
nice trim ass.
Yeah, I have other things I use for other things. This one was just nice for the face because it's got that safety thing, and that ends up being much more. It leaves a lot less of a like, what's that? Razor rash or whatever they call it. Where
Yeah,
it's,
razor burn.
Yeah, razor burn. A lot less of that when you're using the lawnmower. So I want the lawnmower 3.0. I want a free one, and then I'll advertise it.
I don't shave enough to warrant me getting maybe my head.
I do my cheeks, just my my upper cheeks, because they get patchy. So I'm
I
like,
razor that.
See, razors, they're not kind to my skin.
Ah,
That's why I like a good lawnmower.
well, it's all
From
part of the process
Manscaped.
now because I've been shaving my head, so it's all just
Use
one
code
thing.
Chad and Russ. See? We could do it. Like, don't do that. It doesn't exist. But
Yeah,
like,
it
we could do that.
I mean, you could try it. Everybody try it. Manscaped.com/Chad and Russ.
Just be like, hey, my code doesn't work. You better get that code working
Yeah,
with them
you
again.
better get in touch with Chad and Russ. They talk a big game.
Anyway. All right, folks, we're going to lie. We'll see you tomorrow.
I got to pee so bad. Goodbye.
Bye.